Hello, everyone. We have just recovered from our last show. It took 7 days.
And we're still recovering.
That'll teach
what
us
did you say?
I just expressed some of my political opinions. I had no idea.
I know.
Yeeks.
Whoa.
No, that's good. That's good.
And you know what?
It was very interesting.
Very interesting dialogue going on amongst our fans, really.
Yeah. For those of you who missed it, we should just, we'll quickly recap without belaboring.
Well,
God knows we're not going to belabor and we don't want to hear too much about it.
Suffice it to say, it involved remarks about Sarah Palin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that really set off a lot of people. And you know what?
She's a divisive name, no matter what.
But we welcome the Tea Partiers and the Sarah Palin folks who disagree with us. But don't leave. Stick around with us and, and fight it out a little. It makes for interesting conversation. And we welcome you. And that's all we're talking about. This is just conversation. Really?
Really? Can't we all just get along?
Well, that's what surprises me, is because you're such a Libra. I'm surprised that you were not upset by the fact that people were upset.
Every once in a while, I like to pull a fast one on you and express my... And that's why I don't express my opinions. That's why I am. I mean, normally, I'm the kind of person who just wants to make peace. I am a Libra. I can't make a damn decision, as you well know.
And you hate it when people are upset.
My answer to every question is, what do you think? That's the way I am. That's my answer to everything.
Except with me, but...
Well, you're a different story. I've had it with you.
You argue with everything, I say.
I've had it with you. No, but I really find that when I express my opinion, I do get in trouble, and...
You didn't get in trouble. You didn't get in trouble at all.
Yeah, no, it was exciting, actually. I was having a lot of fun.
We actually got more comments on last week's show. We talked about Women's History Month, and we brought up a lot of women and, historic and contemporary.
Yeah.
And we started a few debates
we got a little people upset about some of our Ann Coulter remarks and Sarah Palin, but again, we were very upbeat about Lucille Ball. So... Give us
and Hillary Clinton.
Give us some props, right? Give us some props.
What a shot.
Yeah, really.
So, okay, I'm going to throw a few things out at you.
All right, I'm ready. Throw up. And out.
And out, right. Well, let's start with the fabulous Wall Street Journal piece that was in yesterday's Wall Street Journal on retirement.
I think it relates to us in a lot of ways, because you and I have very different views of retirement.
Yeah, although we're not married, but...
No. Although we might as well be. But I think it relates to us in a lot of ways. Two people who are totally different. We are now work together, but soon enough we won't be. Just FYI. Uh-oh, it's Lucy the troublemaker again. Because I do, in fact, want to not retire, but more of a semi-retirement type of situation. And you are going to work until the day you die.
Probably, yes, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's not my thing.
I love the cold weather. I love the change of seasons. Love it, love it, love it. And Janet can't wait to get to a shoreline somewhere where the temperature is nice and warm.
Yeah.
But
I like the concept, and I think in this day and age, with the debacle that is the stock market and all of our plans having gone up in smoke for so many of us, the concept of semi-retirement is a really nice idea. Yes. The ability to work, but not work full time. My issue is more of the coming to the office every day. I like to work, but I don't like necessarily to come to an office every day. And as for clients, for those of you who are watching, fat, I say to you.
Clients
are very, very, very difficult.
Well, so we definitely, and I would love to hear people's response on, what are they thinking, and if they're married,
what are they thinking.
And
wouldn't you like to be in Tuscany, or haven't you always dreamed of
I'll go and visit.
Teaching in the Peace Corps, or...
Yeah, sure.
Haven't you?
Yeah, someday.
See, I've wanted to do all of that.
Well, I want to read something, because today's paper, USA Today, it talks about regrets. This is a woman who, I think, wrote a book, Nancy Schlossberg from the University of Maryland. And the headline is, in USA Today's regrets, boomers have a few. A little less ice cream, a lot more saving. That's really the bottom line for our regrets.
I was thinking a little more ice cream, actually, so I don't quite get that, but okay.
They're saying they're not quite as fit. They wish they had done a little more, exercise.
Sure.
And they're saying this is the boomer project, some kind of boomer project. Stock market can go up as well as down. I wish we had realized that along the way. Your home equity line should not be used as a personal ATM. Youth doesn't last forever, but old age can be delayed by moving more, eating less, thus the little less ice cream. And our parents weren't blowing smoke when they said, live within your means and save for a rainy day, which I think is it. She's professor emeritus at the University of Maryland. I thought it was very interesting.
Sort of common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Well, Okay, talk about common sense.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen.
And lack
thereof.
I'm really... I can't
I will
even
never watch
imagine.
CBS again. I will never watch CBS again if they strike a deal with Charlie Sheen. I'm on the record for all to know.
Is money so important? We know it's
some
important.
People,
we
some
know
$100 million. It's not a couple of bucks.
This is such an embarrassment to Les Moonves that he would consider. And I granted it's the #1 show, and granted it's hundreds of millions. Find someone to replace him and make it a successful show.
And stop being such a
kiss ass.
Stop
kissing the ass of that strange
man who doesn't
mental man.
And by the way, there are plenty of other people already kissing his ass, as evidenced by his goddesses.
I know.
Who God only knows.
And that intern, God knows the intern he's going to be hiring. That'll be some more ass kissing. But I just don't get it. How can you not have some cojones and just say no more, Charlie Sheen? You're crazy. And now they're saying that Les is going to take him under his wing.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
I don't care.
I don't care.
You know, put him under lock and key.
Shame on him. Money.
Oh, I was so hoping he would not get rehired. It was really. I just can't tell you how hopeful I am about this.
People have to rebel. People have to weigh in.
I don't think enough people will. Every concert he's doing is sold out. How are people
rebelling?
Because
people love a train wreck. Right. They like to watch somebody crumbling in front of them.
You tell me what the ratings will be like for the first show he's back on. Well, you won't even be able to see them. They'll be so skyrocketed
I won't be
into
watching,
the
that's for sure.
stratosphere.
The bullying video.
Well, this is getting sad, bro. Look, guys, just keep recording. Keep recording. Look at that. Who's that in the background?
Cut your ass! I think you need to back up on me. You're right.
How do you feel about that?
Well, when I first saw
let me also preface by saying I have a large child. My son has always been large, tall, and big, and actually resembled very much the kid in the kid that got the kid that got bullied first. And I used to say to him, you know, did people ever make fun of you? Way back in 3rd grade, and he'd say, oh yeah, they call me names and bear, and they poke at me and would hide behind me. And I'd say, well, what do you do? And he would say, very wisely, even at a young age, I asked him, are they done? Have you finished? And then I move on with my life. This kid obviously just couldn't take it anymore.
Well, Adam was blessed with brains. We don't know.
Patience. And
and he's just a very
and he had a bunch of good friends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know this kid. It's an Australian video, as we all know.
See, I didn't blame him.
I was like,
with the big kid.
Go, boy. When he slammed that little punk, I was like, yes.
And you heard they were on they've been doing
Today. They were on the Today. The young boy was on the Today show.
Well, yeah, I think both of them were on.
Were they both?
Both of them said
the young boy.
He started it first and he provoked me.
Well, the young boy is claiming that he too was bullied, which doesn't surprise me because he is a very, small kids also get bullied.
Yeah.
So I think it was sort of one of those where he had it, so he was bullying to make himself feel superior. You know, it's crazy.
Bullying, it's an insidious thing.
But my instinct initially was like, yes. On behalf of everyone who's ever been bullied, I was thrilled. Even though it was, obviously a very intense moment when he head slams a young child, you still could just feel that he deserved to do that.
And then we heard, Beth told us, our producer told us before we went on today, that Chris Brown threw another hissy fit and threw a chair into a window on Good Morning America.
How have you been able to
I've been focusing on his album, I think this album is what, I want people to hear and want people to really get into. So definitely this album is what I want them to talk about and not the stuff that happened 2 years ago.
But you know what?
Do these guys ever get better? Do they ever get healed in the head? Does anybody help them?
He's 22 years old. His brain has not evolved yet. It really, no matter what he says and how many managers he has, this could do him in.
And we
if in fact it actually happened.
It happened because they brought up Rihanna and he just didn't want to talk about it anymore. He'd had it up to here.
Well, too bad.
Yeah. I mean, that happens
Answer the
quite
question.
a bit. There's you're not allowed to control your own interviews on a news show.
No, don't go on the new show.
Now, if
then.
he came on the Boomer Broads, we would. Whatever
I
you
would
want.
have honestly.
Oh,
I would
come
have
on,
asked
you
him the
would
same
not.
question. I would have the first
Unless
question.
he had said, "Please don't ask me
First
that question."
question out of my mouth, even if he had said, "Please don't ask that
Okay,
question,"
very nice.
would have been. And tell me about your whole situation with Rihanna. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go to something a little easier. Will,
right.
Will and Kate, and all the brouhaha. I can't wait.
End
I
of
will
April.
Be glued.
End of April.
I will be glued.
April 29th.
I
Right?
cannot wait. I
I
cannot
love
wait.
her, love her, love her,
Everything
and I
about
like,
that.
and I really have always loved him. I loved him because he was such a good son, for starters. He loved his mother so much. That was the biggest thing for me.
I just think
a
that
great kid.
they're a model
Fantastic
couple of
couple.
how to conduct your lives
Yeah.
under pressure.
Would you ever though want to be her? As perfect and wonderful
Or
as she
him.
is. Well, him, he's born into it. She's choosing this life. She is
She must
choosing
love it.
never, ever to have a moment to herself.
But I love the
What
fact
a
that they're going to
horrible
live
thing.
in their little house, and they're not going to have any servants, and they're going to be great.
They're still going to be surrounded by paparazzi, and they will not have a life. And she has made an
I
interesting
think security
decision.
will protect them. I really
Well,
do.
it didn't protect his mother.
I think she really loves him.
I think she
really
does
do.
too. I'm not saying
Despite
she doesn't
it all.
love him, but it's a tough
Oh, yeah, it's a
life.
tough
Say,
one.
have an affair.
Tough one.
Don't live it.
Okay.
Don't
A shout
care
out to our boy. Our shout
Princeton
out.
University.
Dan
Mavridis. May we just say, it's the
Daniel
only thing we
Mavridis.
cared about. My wonderful friend and former college roommate, Dorothy Gallagher,
And her
actress,
husband.
and her husband, an equally fabulous young man, John Mavridis, have a fantastically gorgeous and perfect child named Dan, who led Princeton into the into March Madness, and lost in the first round to Kentucky by a whisper. But was
game?
just a fantastic
His last
and
game?
wonderful.
His last game,
game
right?
as a senior. We salute you, Dan, and to Dottie and John, who did such a great job with him.
With a wonderful, wonderful kid. And then I have to talk about my tramp stamp.
I don't like that expression at all.
I think it's
Can't you
hysterical.
just call it a tattoo?
Okay, I got a tattoo this week. We'll show you what it is in still a photo. I can't stand up and show you because...
Please don't stand.
But
up.
those of
Please
you who
don't ask
Google
her.
tramp stamp and you'll see, I had no idea that's what it was called, but
So it's above your butt.
yeah, a little over to the side, which I'm told disqualifies it as a tramp stamp. It would have to actually be on
Oh, thank God.
my butt.
Well, that's something at least. And it does, it is the
Pays
phrase that
tribute.
you are known for here at the office and amongst her friends and family, which is
If they can put men on the moon,
all that Anne-Marie ever says, because as far as she's
Nothing is
concerned, nothing
impossible.
is impossible.
Nothing
which
is
is a nice
impossible.
way to end this show, I think.
right. Have a great week and happy spring.
Happy spring!
Happy
Go
spring and
Red
go Red
Sox!
Sox. We're so
April
excited.
1. Oh my God! Season begins.
That's
Cannot
the thing.
wait.
That's the
Cannot
thing,
wait.
says Beth.